April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with spring rain. Winter kept us warm.
That was poetry by the very famous T.S. Eliot. T.S. stands for Thomas Stearns, after whom he was named, his maternal grandfather. Eliot later renounced his American citizenship. Be that as it may, I wanted to share it with you as a perfect example of the written word. The written word, which we have all come to cherish so much, and which is at the very basis of so much history and civilization. Without it, we would be living in a very different world, I can assure you. But where did it come from? These abstract signs, which carry so much meaning, this important historical development, which separated the known world from the mists of time. Who thought it up? What were its origins? In fact, I think the answer might surprise you. The written word had surprisingly humble beginnings. It wasn't brought to us by kings or queens or wizards or oracles or dramatists. The written word was brought to us by bookkeepers. Yes, bookkeepers. There has long been the need to record various exchanges of goods. And from this ancient need arose little clay tokens, very small, like pebbles, in different shapes, such as spheres and cones and cubes, representing different things like loaves and fishes and bushels and lambs and eggs. Eventually, these tiny items evolved into markings like symbols and cuneiforms, and finally, alphabets, such as Phoenician, and some others, then Greek, and, once they turned some of the letters around, the Roman alphabet, and the art of writing as we know it today. You may think of bookkeepers as very boring people. Maybe you yourself have an interesting job. Maybe you're a star. Or maybe you help people, or even save their lives. Maybe you design golf courses, or write books about gardens, or teach children in some place. Maybe you're an equestrian, or a judge, or a salesperson. Whatever you do, you probably think it's so much more exciting and important than being a bookkeeper. Well, maybe you should think again. Because if it wasn't for those original bookkeepers and their efforts to record transactions, yes, commercial transactions, there would be no Shakespeare or Dante or Mary Shelley or any of the newer ones either, like Faulkner or The Great Gatsby. There would be no diaries or recipes or instructions. There wouldn't even be anything scribbled on bathroom walls, except for pictures. We've heard it said so many times that prostitution is the world's oldest profession. Well, I think I've demonstrated that bookkeeping is also very old and very important. And by the way, bookkeeping and accounting are not the same thing. Ironically, T.S. Eliot himself worked in a bank for many years. As a leading scholar in the field has written, the most important evidence uncovered is that counting was not, as formerly assumed, subservient to writing, but on the contrary, writing emerged from counting.